We've all heard chilling tales, felt hair-raising shivers, and pondered the existence of restless spirits that haunt this world. We've heard terms like ghosts and poltergeists often used interchangeably, and while both are associated with the paranormal, they are not the same thing. Today, we're going to embark on a ghostly journey to uncover, not undercover, the differences.
We're going undercover.
I'll be the poltergeist, you be the ghost.
Oh, ooh!
We're going to uncover the difference between these two paranormal phenomenon. We will give you the guidebook on how to determine if you're dealing with a ghost or poltergeist. Why did you mute me mid-sentence?
I'm trying to mute mine. I forgot which one I was.
So sit back, take notes, and enjoy. We're diving into Ghost versus Paradise. Or Poltergeist. What's the difference?
Well, some might say paradise is Hawaii. Others might say a ghost is a ghost.
And poltergeist.
End of story.
We're going squatching. We're going squatching, bitches.
Welcome back, y'all. The Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. My name is Josh.
Yeehaw, I'll be leaning. I continue to be leaning.
All the above.
Great southern accent.
Yes. That was an interesting opening. We had all the mistakes.
Yeah, just gonna have to. From now on, I have to do what.
It's really early, people.
We
had to change tactics today.
We have to do what the teacher just told me. Sit on your hands, because I fidget. But I was like, yeah, my mic's a little off. I don't want to be like. So
blah, blah, blah,
you.
Blah, blah, blah.
Fuck it, it's staying in.
Well, we're not redoing it.
No.
Right? It's too fucking early for that.
Yeah.
Fucking Bills game. Hey, Lennon.
That's me.
Why don't you start with some ghostly shit?
All right, some ghostly shit. Ghost.
The final frontier. Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. One of the classic big three monsters, I was calling it. The big three. What do you agree with me on them? Big three?
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Yes.
Cryptids.
Yes.
Lumpet. What you call it? Sassy.
I thought you said lumpet.
You've never heard of Lumpet?
Lumpet the crumpet.
The Lumpet. Legend of the Lumpet. And aliens. Big three.
Yeah.
Ghosts are one of the biggest players in the game of unexplained happenings in the world. Big player. Dominating the media.
Big day.
Yeah, big day. Dominating the media the most out of all the cryptids, I would say.
Aliens.
No, I would say ghosts. Dominate that. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Aliens definitely a close second. But
Especially nowadays.
yeah. I mean, there's a wide fascination nowadays.
Time out. We know we covered it on Patreon, but did you see they did a CT scan and a full workup on those alien bodies in Mexico? And it's all of one skeleton.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, both of them are from one skeleton?
No. Like the little body is all of one. Like it wasn't tampered with.
Oh, gotcha. Well, that's cool. Yeah. I did not see the full workup on it.
Well, I didn't see the full workup. I just saw a little clip.
Well, you saw more than me.
Sorry, I interrupted.
It's okay. Did you see that video of the Colorado Sasquatch?
Is that the one where it kind of like just sits like it's pretending to hide?
Yeah, it was walking
on
and it sits.
Train or something like that?
Supposedly, new info has come out that was some Bigfoot expedition tour or something like that, and it was just a guy. So I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like they would have been like...
That's kind of annoying.
It is. I was like, it's pretty good footage.
This is why people don't believe footage anymore.
Yeah. So that kind of disappointed me. But anyway. Idiots. So dominating the media the most out of all the cryptids or otherworldly beings, ghosts have a grip of fascination that doesn't let go. Shows, movies, books, cereal, comics, any Paw Patrol, even on Paw Patrol, any pop culture thing really has had a go at these things. What drives people's obsession or fascination with them? Maybe it's the unknown aspect of them, which is what intrigues me the most.
Yeah.
Or maybe...
Oh. Ow.
There's one here.
Fuck me.
I don't want to say that too loud in case that ends up happening. I can't leave yet.
Well, that'd be great. Hey.
What?
I got a couple weeks before I'm out of this apartment.
Oh, that's right. That means...
And activity is... Well, the balls of dust or whatever you want to call it.
The Orbis.
Yeah, I had 3 of them this week.
Really?
I usually get once a month, not 3 a week.
Did you get any more javelins?
No more javelins. No, just it was like a dust that went.
Well, that's fun. That's fun. So you're saying that we're going to do a spirit box session in your apartment before we leave?
Yeah. We'll do it on the Saturday after I clean out.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll come help you if you want it, so I'll be there anyway.
Yeah. And that'll be fun. We'll have to buy a spirit box first, of course, naturally.
What drives people's obsession or fascination with them? Maybe it's the unknown aspect of them, which is what intrigues me most, or maybe it's the possibility of seeing or communicating with lost loved ones. Maybe you downright believe it all to be horse manure.
Shit.
To start from square one, the term ghost is defined as an apparition of a dead person which is believed to appear or become manifest to the living, which is to the living, typically as a nebulous image. I lost it when I saw you go.
That felt like one of those car commercials that said,
yeah.
The little...
Zero APR for qualified candidates only.
If you are between the ages of 9 and 73, you do not qualify for sale.
Exactly. Depending on religion, culture, personal beliefs, or values, people have varying opinions on ghosts and of the dead. Some may see them as an evil sign. Some may embrace them with metaphorical open arms, like Creed, and others might reject the notion of their existence altogether. The belief that a deceased person's spirit might linger and roam the earth created the need for certain burial traditions, funeral traditions, I should say, attempting to stop the possibility from happening. Some were, however, created to embrace the possibility and welcome the spirits.
We welcome you.
We welcome
you. Come in.
Nope, wrong.
Nope.
With arms wide open. That's what I was.
I was really resisting singing that.
Yeah.
But in the arms of an angel.
Yeah,
I mean, it kind of works this episode.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. For most people of entry-level knowledge, the term ghost is used as a blanket term to cover most haunting suspects.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
Yeah, I said hunting suspects. You spooky bitch. Most haunting suspects are things that go bump in the night. When in actuality, just as there are different types of cryptids, so too is there the undead. Ghosts, poltergeists, spirits, demons, shadow people, orbs, mists, smoke entities, and javelins, apparently. All different and all unexplained.
In my apartment. I get the new style.
You got the update.
I did. There's no more orbs. It's just the javelin.
It's so good. Today will be...
That had to have been like a spider or something. You can't tell me that was anything.
It was javelin-esque.
It was.
If it was an autocorrect mistyping, I mean, javelin worked perfect because that's literally what the video looked like, was a big stick going across the camera. That's good. That's why I didn't think twice about it.
It was an erect ant.
Oh.
Yeah, he was on his back just like, oh,
he's
look at me.
bricked up. He's the studliest of ants.
He gets all the ants.
Yeah, Anthony. Today we will be diving into some of the different types of hauntings. I mean, you'll be driving. I have no plans to leave today.
Ugh.
Today we'll be diving into some of the different types of hauntings and spirits and what the driving force behind their activity might be.
I see why you'd mess that up.
Yeah.
You just say driving later.
I did. Ghost sightings are not a new occurrence.
You said it like it was going to be a list again. So
Yeah, I
was a
did.
ghost.
It was because I didn't need to... Not all the outside words need to be outside. Inside words need to be outside words.
He says ghosts sightings.
They are not a new occurrence. Throughout history, many cultures have their own explanations for lost spirits. Noting the cause and effect aspect at play here, there wouldn't be a need for an explanation had they not had encounters or sightings of their own. You know what I mean?
I do. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Let's see. When I was younger, I
not heard or anything, like seen a ghost.
Okay, yes, I have.
You have.
In my the place that I work, the actual like physical location where we all have our parts and stuff. And
yes, sir.
Meeting place. It used to be it's an old building. And it's a fire department.
It's an old firefighter.
Well, what I saw was...
Put up shop in his...
Yes, I saw an old firefighter, though.
Yeah.
So in the wintertime, we have these things that we call bibs. I mean, they're like the Carhartt overalls, but they're like the winter ones.
Right.
So anyway, it was in the wintertime, and I came down to the basement, which is like the offices and stuff. And I looked down the long hall, or at the other end of the office at the hallway, and I saw a guy standing there with bibs. And I was like, oh, it's just such and such. You know, he came because the bathroom's over there. And I didn't see him upstairs. I was like, okay, so he must have come down here. And then I did a double take. I'm like, he was much taller, and I looked over, and it was firefighter
John.
Like yes, like their covers for protecting themselves from fire.
Yeah,
and just was standing there looking at me, and then like legitimately just like faded away, and nobody else has seen anything there except for me. But yeah,
nice.
Not a big fan of being there by myself at night.
Just like
at least I didn't
Grandma's
used
hallway,
to be.
huh?
Okay, her hallway is fucked. All right, so that's something different about that. Since going to fuck that. Since going to the investigation,
Yes,
I'm much more comfortable with the ghost aspect.
Yeah, so am I. I tell them to fuck out.
Yeah, you do. So I have no like fear of it or anything now, and I'm just like, I want to see it again. But anyway.
Investigation 2023. Investigation 2024. Investigation 2025.
Yes.
We'll get there someday.
We'll get it. There's a couple cool places near us.
I know. We've talked about many.
We have.
actually got to go to one, though.
We do. We do have to do that.
Please, proceed.
Anyway.
Tell these people what they need.
Well, we're going to take it back to Mesopotamia.
All right. Wow.
Even 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia, they were writing about these spirits. They believed that when a person died, they created and became a copy of the person at the time of their death, equipped with all the memories, emotions, and personality of the deceased, only now bodiless. Their spirit, essentially.
Get them.
It is believed that the Giddim would escape from the Urkala, or underworld, and roam the earth had they not been given a proper burial, which is another trend that you will, which is a trend, not another one, that you will see pop up frequently.
Gotcha.
In Greece, in ancient Greeks, the ancient Greeks believed in 3 different types of ghosts. Fuck these names, all right.
Casper,
the
Stinky, and Fatso.
Yes. Yeah. It took me a minute. The Etaphoi.
Okay.
Those who had died and not been given a proper burial. Sounds a little familiar. The Aoroi. A-O-R-O-I.
You're barking up the wrong tree over here.
These are the spirits of those who died too young, having not lived a full life. They are restless and eager for the life not lived, and were said to become very vengeful.
Son of a bitch, vengeful spirits.
Yes.
Never a good thing.
This is by far the toughest name I've ever had to say in my entire life. The Biathanatoi.
Thanos.
The Biathanatoi. It is Biathanatoi.
Yep, that's the word.
That's it. These are the spirits who suffered a violent death or died in battle, also hand in hand with not receiving a proper burial. The ancient...
They got all the badness, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's what they did. The ancient Greeks had varying descriptions of what their typical ghost would look like. Some stories describe them as transparent and pale, while others liken them to what we would call today or refer to today as shadow figures. Silhouettes completely void of features and color, just a jet black figure. And some say that, I don't know if you'll touch on it, but some say those are the most evil of all the...
Well, we have 2 different research styles, so I probably won't touch on that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Common ghost encounters.
I do like your research style. You tell the whole story. I'm just like, yeah, here's the facts. Here we go. This is what this is.
Stop putting yourself down. We bring 2 different things to the table.
I didn't put myself down.
Well, you were like, okay. All right, I was just making sure. I don't like when you get... Okay.
No.
I like your
but
shit.
I want to say that so often when I'm doing the videos or when I'm researching,
yes.
And it could be a trick of the glasses because I don't have contacts in at those points.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, in the TV, I see some black thing going, it goes by the light that reflects off the TV.
Yep.
But again, that could just be the glasses. That's the only way I've seen something. I have never actually seen. I felt.
Yeah, I was just going to say you felt, right?
Felt, yeah. but I've never actually like seen.
All you got to do is you just got to stare at the corner of the room that the ghost might be hiding in and just yell.
Sometimes when I hear the security camera go off and it makes a sound, sometimes look around, I see nothing. I'm like, ah. But Bill, is that you?
There he is.
Finally.
Is that you that keeps fucking up my plumbing in the bathroom?
Oh, it's so disgusting. I can't wait till that's over.
You don't have to deal with that shit no more.
No.
No mas.
Basement apartments. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
Why don't you get a house? Well, because I own a business and I'm getting punished for having write-offs.
Yeah.
So next year I will not put write-offs and I'll have a nice $11,000 tax bill. No big deal.
Nice.
Yeah, wonderful.
I can't wait to get a house myself someday.
It'd be nice. But
anyway,
until then, we'll have a podcast studio.
Fucking alright.
What she said.
So the
tangent number 17.
Shadow figures. Common ghost encounters or stories showed up in many of the stories from the time. Weird wording, Lennon. Such as Odysseus when he was sent to the underworld and met the ghost of his madre, his mother.
Feliz.
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Sorry.
I don't know the rest of it without being offensive.
Prosperos años felicidad.
There we go. Thank you.
I want to rest you.
There's snot outside, apparently. During the 1st century CE, Roman author Pliny the Younger.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Pliny the Heiny.
Yeah, remember Pliny the Younger and the Elder. There's 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I believe it was the Elder, Pliny the Elder. He died during the Mount Vesuvius eruption.
Oh.
True story.
Do you know the, gosh, we're going to go on our tangent real quick. Pompeii.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you know that those, the people that were
Vaporized,
yeah, those are cast molds of them?
Really?
I've read something about that. That it's not like actual person. They just poured plaster down there and cast them.
Oh, yeah. So that
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because when the body inside would...
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, then you got a void that's just... If it crumbles, there's history gone.
Yeah, well...
So,
now you got people's last days.
Yeah, you seen the one of the dude playing with himself in his last moment?
Hey, you know what? I can't blame the guy.
He's
like, if I'm going out, I'm going out on a good note.
There's a pyroclastic flow coming at me. Better get this going.
I got mere seconds. What am I going to do with the other 3?
How's it going? Ooh. Pompeii, tangent 9. Pliny the Younger wrote of an experience he had in which he claimed his house was haunted by an old man with a long beard and rattling chains.
I was just Pliny the Older.
I think his name was Jacob Marley. Good reference.
Yeah. Scrooge.
Exactly what I thought. Pliny was not the last to write stories of encounters with specters. Many Romans would continue on recording their different tales of spirits roaming the living world. Most of their stories, however, were shared person to person, less than written stories or accounts, so many of them have been lost to history.
Sorry, that was my shoulder.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I was touching it. Just blowing my nose quietly over here.
Now, let's talk about some of the different types of ghost hauntings.
Yes, please.
The first one, and one of the most common ones, is residual.
Ooh, what's residual?
Residual haunting is one of the most common types of ghost hauntings. Is one called residual.
Did you reread the line or did you write it twice?
I went ad lib. I free versed it and then I read the first line, which was everything I just said.
That's all right.
In these types of hauntings,
not as bad as my fucking notes I told you about beforehand. Cause. Okay. Cause. Son of a bitch.
Did twice the work. In these types of hauntings, ghosts are not intelligent. They do not interact with us nor objects within our world. They merely just appear. They are referred to as residual because they more so replay an action or event on repeat which occurred during the time they were living. These ghosts and sightings are merely like watching a recording of the ghost as a real person during their lifetime.
So, is that all for residual?
No.
Okay, sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish residual.
Okay. These may be caused by a serious event taking place in a building, which causes this event to play on repeat at the same times or days. You may see an apparition walking down the hallway of your house and disappear into a wall, where if you do some research, you won't be surprised to find that where there used to be a doorway, now stands your wall that they just walked through. This is merely an echo of the person walking through their normal route, through their routine during their day, in their house during their time.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
conclusions.
I forgot to add words, and I added words, and then there was words appeared.
Too many words now.
Or in some cases, the residual haunting might be a little more terrifying. In the case of a traumatic event or death, you might witness the event of their death, which they met. You might witness the event at which they met their demise on repeat as well.
When the grand piano fell on them.
Well,
shit.
every 5 minutes.
The piano's not there. You just see the guy go.
And this poor fucker.
Or the girl. Or whatever.
Yeah. All of which the spirit is unaware of our presence nor their death. It is just an echo. Residual hauntings can take the forms of the other senses as well. You may hear noises of footsteps or dancing, or smell a foul odor or a pleasant smell of cookies when no one is baking. All of which are echoes from the past, and that's all that they are, is just echoes from the past. Yeah. So what were you going to ask me or say?
Say.
All right.
It was about time. And there's a theory out there that all time is happening all at once. All that ever has been and all that ever will be.
Yeah.
And that these ghosts, the residual ones, are just somehow time kind of
like
slipping.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it, but it's not actually a ghost. It's like you're seeing back.
Yeah.
I don't really know the theory. I didn't write on it in this episode, but...
Yeah. It's like looking through like a window
yes.
into the past, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I just thought that was
a
interesting.
foggy window.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. That was all.
That is very cool. That's a good
is,
thought experiment.
Time isn't linear. It's
happening all
at once.
Yeah, because
I thought that was cool.
Time is wild if you think about it. I mean, like, it is...
Like, I talk about the fourth dimension.
This is the kind of shit that hurts my head, that keeps me up at night, that I start thinking about.
I talk about the fourth dimension in my part.
Yeah.
But in there was a spot where it talked about time and all that. And I briefly read over, but I don't need to know about time for Poltergeist. I need to know, fourth dimension, please, because a little spoiler alert.
Oh.
I spit everywhere.
Spoilers. Spit for you.
No spit for you.
Mario's here. Mario.
Here we go.
That is pretty interesting to think about. And I think that's probably a very strong possibility of...
You got sophisticated all of a sudden. You're drinking coffee. We're like, time is relative.
I don't want to brag or anything, but this is tea.
Is it?
It is tea.
Good.
It is Earl Grey tea for me.
When I brought what I brought in for you, the energy drink, I don't know where you're...
That'll come out in a minute here.
I was about to say, I don't know where your wife is, so I didn't want to say it too loud. Oh, perfect. I thought you had coffee, and I was like, son of a bitch.
No.
But anyways, yes. No. Sorry.
Time.
It's relative.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. So that would be residual. Now let's talk about the next type, intelligent. The next type is the intelligent haunting. These ghosts are, as the name suggests...
Intelligent?
Fucking stupid. Intelligent.
Fucking idiots.
They do interact with us in our world and are fully aware of their surroundings. These ghosts are the ones in which we are able to interact with, ask questions, ask to manipulate objects, or do small tasks.
Small tasks, keyword.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Oops. Some reasons for this type of haunting may be caused by one or multiple of the following. Sorry, I thought you were about to say something.
No, I hit the table and then I just...
I do that all the time.
And I was just looking at you because I'm looking at a fucking video of you and I could just look up at you.
Yes.
Because my computer's not as
high.
I don't have to hide-ho you.
Connect on a conversational level.
Yeah, for now, until we get to the new studio and we kind of have to both face the same way. Hey, Lennon.
It'll work.
I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it.
Shut up.
So these hauntings might be caused by one or multiple of the following.
Yes.
Ready?
I'm ready.
A. Died as a result of a traumatic event, murder, car accident, etc.
Oh.
2. Unfinished business.
What does that even mean, by the way?
Unfinished business. Yeah, I don't know. You always hear that. It's like,
yes, his unfinished business. Well, what
fuck,
is he
I
do?
never finished unloading the dishwasher.
I never made that sale. I got to make the sale before I can move on.
Gotta make the sale. That's why you get the ghost calls.
Oh, God.
Half the time when you get those calls and they're from another country, it's just a ghost trying to, like, get that last sale. And you hang up on them.
Right?
Or her.
Or them.
Or
we're just going to stop there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love those. I don't love those, but I love fucking.
All right.
I love fucking with them.
Got whiplash there from that conversation.
I'll give a different accent.
Yeah.
I'll just, hey, you're the number 5 caller. You've won. I make
what
some
I
shit
like
up.
to do? I like to put them on hold and then just literally walk away from the phone or put it in my pocket. See how long it goes. It's always fun.
Don't fuck with the DTS boys.
Yeah.
I almost said our real last name.
Yeah, fuck. Don't do that.
Yeah, you'd have to bleep it. Apparently that's a phone call.
It's paging in now. Jim's Whorehouse, you got the dough, we got the hoe. How may I help you?
Hello?
This is A-Paw speaking.
No! I don't want the goddamn washing machine. Go away.
A washing machine. Someone selling you a washing machine over the phone?
Yeah, old timer.
Really?
Old timey. That's right.
It's one of the washboard things.
No, I'd say that's my abs. But
That's how old the sales call is.
Yeah, so old. There was no phone back then.
Yeah? It might not have been that old. I mean, the phone was back in the 1800s.
Well, shit. Slap my dick and call me Sally.
Do you know Alexander Graham Bell actually invented the... Stop hitting the table, Lennon. He invented the phone not as a communication device back and forth, but as like a type of like radio.
No,
Like
I didn't know that.
Radio broadcasting type deal.
Oh, well, you say.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
True story.
I believe you.
C. The spirit may have died suddenly and not realized he/she died. Or D. Or 4. The living loved ones are so emotionally distraught they can't let go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. The spirit is emotionally connected to their loved ones. 6. They cannot rest due to an injustice done to them. And Z. Fear of the other side or judgment.
Oh.
Yeah, these spirits may not know that they are dead and searching for answers in their cold, dark existence or whatever it looks like to them on the other side. But whether they are aware or not that they can move...
Moo! Whether they can moo.
Whether these go...
Moo!
And I lost the spot! But whether they are aware or not, they can move objects and make sounds, whether audible to the ear or through enhanced audio equipment. These ghosts may move objects to a different location. While initially thought to be malicious intention, they may just be displeased with the arrangement of their former house.
I don't like this couch over here.
I said down the stairs. They might be calling out for for help or answers, or just looking to say hello. Many investigators will use the flashlight technique. What?
Hello there.
Hello there.
Sorry.
Hello there.
Many investigators will use the flashlight technique or a spirit box to communicate with them to answer questions from both sides. Now, the flashlight technique, I know that you're familiar with it. For those not, if you take a regular flashlight, now it can't be LED, correct?
No.
It's got to be the old like bulb
As far as
flashlight.
I know,
Yeah. But you unscrew the battery compartment cap just enough where the flashlight doesn't just goes out. It's got to be like fine-tuned to perfect. Yeah. And you set it down, and the ghost can actually manipulate the energy around because that's how they do things, is they absorb the energy around. That's why they always say it's cold, is because they're just sucking all the heat out of it, because heat is energy. Yeah. Anyway, and they can actually manipulate the energy and turn the flashlight on or off, and that's used as a marker for asking yes or no questions, or blink, or make it blink or twice, or turn it on, kind of stuff. And then the spirit boxes, as we've talked about before. So these intelligent ones,
yes,
fucking love it. I love spirit boxes.
Lennon's gay.
Hey, no.
Said Lennon's great.
Good.
Yeah, that's totally what I said.
Punch that ghost in the balls.
No, you won't.
I'd miss. It would go right through.
It's old-timey talk. In other words, it means you're happy.
Oh, some days. From here,
Oh, that's sad.
from here, a line is drawn. An intelligent spirit can be friendly or just impartial. No torment, no harm, just coexistence. But once that intelligent haunting crosses the line and becomes malicious, they become a whole new problem.
Yeah, what do they become?
They become Josh's
Whole
problem.
new problem. Well, one of the more Nope. Restart that.
They're just zipping through the house. They got the zoomies.
One of the most fascinating and terrifying phenomena in the world of the paranormal is that of the poltergeist. The poltergeist is the German word for, by definition, Do you know? Hold on, go ahead.
I did know. I can't remember now.
Noisy ghost.
Yes.
But it is so much more than just a noisy ghost. Poltergeists are a type of haunting that involve not only loud noises, but that of physical disturbances and even attacks.
I feel a disturbance in the force.
No, you don't. There are a few theories as to what they are. Some believe they are a type of ghost or supernatural entity that are responsible for both physical and psychological disturbances, while others believe that they originated from unknown energy that is associated with a location or a living person.
Well, like a ley line, you're thinking?
Possibly.
Thinking like a ley line? I've
Like
never
there's
heard of
energies?
these. Yeah.
Like there's energy
Yeah.
stored in the earth. At Skinwalker Ranch, Stardust Ranch, all these ranches that you see multiple different big three, if you will.
Yeah.
Now, these are all, the living people are often, the location and living person are often called the focus or the focal agent.
Yep.
Meanwhile, skeptics believe they are all made up by attention seekers and pranksters.
Yeah, people are fucking people are assholes. Yeah,
They
people
are.
are assholes.
Yeah. But the problem is, as always, you do have some people that, dress up in a Bigfoot suit and on a Bigfoot tour and sit in a fucking field. And then that puts discredit to all Bigfoot videos somehow. I never got how that did that, but
Yeah.
all right. Anyway. In the case of the energy being person focused, it is generally, but not always, involves a female adolescent who is suffering from emotional turmoil when said activity begins.
Mm-hmm. It's most commonly that.
It is.
Yeah.
And nowadays we have a lot of that. So we're going to be overrun by poltergeists soon.
Yeah.
Shit. Parapsychologist. What was that?
Was what?
I don't know. You made a weird face. Yeah, you screwed me up, big boy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I was being quiet. I was looking for the... Oh, I love you. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, that guy.
I should have known that's what you're looking for.
Oh.
Parapsychologists Nandor Fodor and William G. Roll
Nandor Fodor. There's no way this guy's not a pilot for the rebellion.
have found that people that report these type of hauntings not rage. I wrote rage. Sorry. They range from the age 8 to 78.
They just
70 years of rage.
A nonstop violent scream from these people.
They found that people that report this type of haunting range from the ages 8 to 78, and they believe that poltergeist activity can be explained by psychokinesis. Or my favorite word, psychokinesis.
We fucking did it. This is called growth and evolution. We've done it.
Yeah, I have a lot of psycho words.
Psychobabble bullshit.
Yeah. Psychokinesis is the action of mind on matter in which objects are supposedly caused to move or change as a result of mental concentration upon them. Lennon, please demonstrate that.
There we go.
What'd you do?
I moved him.
Oh, fuck me.
No thanks.
I needed a second to wipe my nose.
That's okay. Side note here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Side note in podcast or side note off podcast?
Side note in podcast.
Okay, please. Side note.
I don't know if there's any way that you could be wearing more Bills merchandise.
I am going to a game tonight, so.
Do you have a jersey or a shirt on underneath that is Bills?
I do not. This
Well,
is
you also
coming
never
off.
take your sweatshirt off. So.
Exactly. I won't take it off till my body's perfect, so it will never come off.
Well, I was talking about because it's cold, but
Oh yeah, that's what I meant too.
I wasn't trying to shit on you.
Totally what I meant. We just fix everything over here.
Oh.
I hope you. I'll show you, but I hope the people like the nice. We were talking about the Bills playing the Jaguars in London last week.
Go ahead.
Put a nice little wah, 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 meow, to their loss.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But what are poltergeists is what I wrote.
It's
Nope.
a noisy ghost.
I fucked it up.
All right.
What causes poltergeists is what I meant. I did 2 sections on this. I put them together to make one. I thought that was more reasonable.
Fair enough.
So, with ghosts, it is generally believed that a person died and what's left is their spirit. With poltergeists, this isn't always the case. We're going to go through a couple. The first one is an angry spirit. There's a theory that they're just angry spirits or people that have died and want to cause a little chaos and or let a little rage out on us.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
All right. Yeah. Help me out. What's that from? That's not Batman, is it? It is?
It's the Dark
Joker?
Knight. It's actually Alfred, but yeah.
Well, I'm like a dog chasing a car. If I ever caught it, I wouldn't know what to do.
Hey, there, that's a go on.
Seeing as most hauntings are attributed to the dead, this concept does make sense.
Yep.
When we look at the poltergeist, or at where poltergeist activity tends to occur for a location, from a location standpoint, they're usually homes that are known for being places of violence, violent deaths, violent suicides. Well, you could die an old person and just like die in your sleep.
No, I just thought about.
I thought you were laughing at violent deaths. I'm like,
Oh God, no!
I was like, that's accurate.
Places of violence, and I'm like, why are they at his place? Fuck this computer! Poof!
That never happened. But also, nobody says they have a poltergeist, so they're not tormenting.
No, they're not.
They're just sitting on top of me and riding. Well,
It's the death of a prostitute.
Hey, well,
She doesn't need to be a prostitute. Could be a woman.
Could have at least gave like finished. Like that would help. No, I'm kidding. In the case of a haunting, spiritual entities are able to use telekinetic energy to affect matter.
Yeah.
Usually, when a spirit is the cause of the psychokinetic manifestations, they are subtler and less distinct than that of when people are the cause. This isn't always the case, though. In some cases of a ghost or haunting, the psychokinetic manifestations may grow larger. They grow stronger as the spirit grows more adept at affecting physical objects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should record more in the morning. Yeah. I can say words.
He's fucking killing it.
But it also could be...
This editing is going to take me like 10 minutes.
Not factual. Anyways, then you have the more religious viewpoint, and that of poltergeists are demonic entities that are trying to attack people.
Yeah.
There's a common belief that I spit a lot apparently today.
Oh.
There's a common belief that human spirits are unable to move objects or attack the living, which would mean that a non-human entity could be at fault. You also have the fact that in most cases, an exorcism or a religious ceremony do drive these entities away.
Yeah, I want to talk about that real quick.
Absolutely.
So with the exorcism thing, obviously, not to get into this area, but you and I aren't religious. Okay. So with the exorcism thing,
we're allowed our opinions, just like everybody else is allowed theirs.
Oh, fuck yeah. Last time I checked, yeah, we were born in America. Taking the religious aspect out of it, the people will be like, well, why does an exorcism work against what they would call a demon then? Mm-hmm. Well, I always thought of it as I think it's the power of the mind, because if you're setting your mind like when you accidentally create a tulpa, but in a good version, like your good vibes, we'll call it, you have Big this ball. Will and intention of driving this evil out with goodness, and if you've built up this goodness in your values in your head of religion or whatever, that goodness inside of you, I think, is the willpower, the mental, I'm trying to say, I didn't put it to words very well, right. But I think it's kind of like the reverse version of creating a tulpa is that it's the mind, the human mind thing. You know what I mean?
I do. Do you remember in Stardust Ranch when she got rid of the ghost that was kind of haunting the Stardust Ranch, and she just kept sending it love and stuff? Maybe it's a form of the entity allowing love, and then it's able to move on. I don't know, but I think that's what you're saying.
Right? It's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah,
just
because
positivity.
it's not a religion who's solving the problem. It's your positivity and good vibes,
right,
that you've built up from this religion. You know what I mean? It's all the mind. It's all you. Yeah. Sorry. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that.
That's okay. We could talk about it a little more later on too. All right. This is it. Psychic phenomenon. I had to fuck up one P word.
It's okay. Pubic.
Then there's one we've covered above, the psychic phenomena. That makes sense in locations where people have died and there is no history of violence. According to paranormal expert Lloyd Arbach, people may unconsciously be creating bursts of psychokinetic energy. This results in what we call poltergeist activity.
Mm-hmm.
A person who is undergoing significant unresolved stress or emotional pain may be relieving the pressure of the stress by emitting spontaneous bursts of psychokinetic energy. These bursts of energy are so strong that they actually affect physical objects.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this type of stress is often attributed to teenagers or children going through puberty, any person of any age experiencing these unresolved emotions and stress can cause the manifestations.
Mm-hmm.
Most times, the people who are the culprit of the psychokinetic energy are unaware that they are the cause.
I got it.
So if you're in a high stress time, which I wish, I don't do a diary, but I wish at times I did when you have when I have more activity at the apartment.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how stressed was I at that moment. What was my headspace? Was I very negative at that moment?
Mm-hmm.
Was I very stressed? What was going on at that moment?
I haven't really thought of it in that angle. But yeah, that makes sense.
Because
it's kind of like what I was just saying. I mean, the mind is powerful.
Yep,
Maybe
it is.
Yeah, like you were saying. Maybe
No,
it's
like
the
you were
mind
saying.
creating it. No.
But
Like he was.
but that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I should, just for the sake of,
For like the last few weeks, try it.
just if I ever had.
All you got to do is just say
since-
good, bad.
Stressed, high stressed, very annoyed.
Horny.
Oh, that's all the time.
Oh.
No, yeah, because that'd be interesting to see the correlation. But since the camera was put in, I haven't actually experienced anything other than the camera going off.
Mm.
It's like once the camera goes off, it's like, whoa, wait, hold up. Nope.
They're intelligent.
Possibly. Well, they're climbing on top. They got to be intelligent.
Oh.
So, lastly, you have, I said lastly, but I have another theory. But anyways, lastly of the theories that, I researched. No, I don't know how to say it.
Okay.
Because the fourth dimension is one I thought of myself, and I did research it, but it wasn't in the research, if that makes sense.
It's okay.
Anyways.
All of that's research.
Whatever. Lastly, you have the natural explanation for everything involving a poltergeist.
Yeah.
Things like settling houses, electrical interference, ball lightning, and seismic activity. That one I laughed at. I'm like, oh, it's a poltergeist. Not an earthquake.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
But this does account for some characteristics of a poltergeist, but it does not explain intelligent behaviors that occur with these hauntings. Now we have the one I kind of went nuts deep in. Another theory is that all spirits, good and bad, including ghosts, come from another dimension. But to dive into this theory, I know it didn't really come through, right? But to dive into this theory, let's first understand what the fourth dimension is.
Time.
Carl Sagan explains it as the follows. Now, just for a reference, I watched a YouTube video. It was about 8 minutes long, where he was demonstrating the fourth dimension, aspect of what he was talking about, which I cut that little parts out because otherwise I'd be saying, the apple does this, and you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, an apple? So I tried
Was it actually Carl Sagan?
Yes. So, yeah.
You didn't put the stuff with the apple in.
No, I changed some things to make it flow a little bit, but everything he says is worded in there, and I just changed the apple scenario.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, quotes now.
Yep.
Let's imagine that we are perfectly flat. I mean, absolutely flat, and that we live appropriately enough in this flat land. A land designed and named by Edwin Abbott, a Shakespearean scholar who lived in Victorian England. Everyone in Flatland is, of course, exceptionally flat. We have squares, circles, triangles, and all sorts of different shapes that are just one-dimensional, flat.
Yep.
Oops, there we are. We can go into our houses and do our flat businesses now. We have width. Sorry. We can do our flat businesses. We have width and length, but we have no height.
Mm-hmm.
That being the case, we know left, we know right, we know forward, we know back, but we never heard of up and down.
Like a side-scrolling video game.
Yeah, there you go. Let's imagine that into Flatland, hovering above it, comes a strange three-dimensional creature, and the three-dimensional creature sees an attractive-looking square. Watching it enter its house, and decides in a gesture of interdimensional amity, to say hello. Hello, this is the three-dimensional creature. How are you? That was what he said.
I'm doing okay, thank you.
I am a visitor from the third dimension. Well, the poor square looks around his closed house and sees no one there. And what's more, has witnessed a greeting coming from the inside, a voice from within. He surely is getting a little worried about his sanity. The three-dimensional creature is unhappy about being considered a psychological aberration, and so he descends to actually enter Flatland. Remember, he's above.
Yep.
Two-dimensional, can't see him because they don't know up.
Yep.
They just heard a voice. Now he's descending. I thought I turned my camera off with my hand. Fucking wizard over here. Now, a three-dimensional creature exists in Flatland, but only partially. Mm-hmm. Only a plane, a cross-section through him can be seen, because you could only see one plane. Where are you? There we are. So, when the three-dimensional creature first reaches Flatland, it's only the points of contact which can be seen. As a creature were to descend through and slither by Flatland, we would progressively see higher and higher slices. This is where he cuts an apple and he puts it down so you get a thicker, instead of just the points at the bottom of the apple.
Gotcha, yeah.
Just think of it that way.
Yeah.
So, the square, as time goes on, sees a set of objects mysteriously appearing from nowhere and inside a closed room and change their shape dramatically. His only conclusion could be that he has gone bonkers.
Oh, absolutely mad lad.
Well, the fourth dimension creature might be a little annoyed at this conclusion, and not such a friendly gesture, from dimension to dimension makes contact with the square from below and sends our flat creature fluttering and spinning above Flatland. Confused and utterly outside his experience, after a while he comes to realize that he is seeing inside closed rooms in Flatland. He is looking inside his fellow flat creatures. He is seeing Flatland from a perspective no one has ever seen before. To his knowledge, that is. Getting into another dimension provides us... Where is it? There we are. I scrolled down and I lost my spot. Getting into another dimension provides as an I don't know what he's trying to say here, but I'm going to read it. Getting into another dimension provides as an identical benefit, a kind of an X-ray vision. Mm-hmm. Now our Flatland creature slowly descends to the surface, and his friends rush up to see him. From their standpoint, he has mysteriously appeared from nowhere. He has walked from somewhere else. He's come from some other place to say, they say, for heaven's sakes, what's happened to you? Mm. And the poor square has to say, well, I was in some other mystical dimension called up, and they will pat him. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was right. Okay. Dimension called up, and they will pat him on the side and comfort him, or else they'll ask, well, show us, where is this third dimension? Point to it, and the poor square will be unable to comply. Mm-hmm. Maybe more interesting is the other direction in dimensionality. What about the fourth dimension? Now to approach that, let's consider a cube. And he pulls out a cube that you can see through.
Yeah.
We can imagine a cube in the following way. You take a line segment and move it at right angles to itself and equal lengths to make a square. Mm-hmm. Move the square in equal lengths at right angles to itself, and you have a cube. Mm-hmm. Now this cube we understand, casts a shadow, and the shadow we recognize it's ordinarily drawn in a third grade classroom as two squares with the verticals connecting. Now, if we look at the shadow of the three-dimensional object in 2 dimensions, we see that in this case, not all the lines are equal.
Yeah.
So he's saying the three-dimensional perfect square shadow in 2 dimensions looks longer.
Okay.
The three-dimensional object has not been perfectly represented in its projection in 2 dimensions, but that's part of the cost of losing a dimension. In the projection now, let's take this 3-dimensional cube and project it through a 4th physical dimension, not left, not right, not up, not down, but at right angles to those 3 dimensions. I can't show you what direction that is, but imagine that there's a 4th physical dimension. In that case, we would generate a 4th dimensional hypercube, which is also called a tesseract. I cannot show you a tesseract because I and you are trapped in the 3rd dimension. So what if these poltergeist entities are mischievous or evil beings that live in this 4th dimension that we, as 3-dimensional creatures, cannot see? Therefore, like in that example of the 2D, 3D, the 2D square heard a voice and saw something appear in its dimension, but didn't understand the 3-dimensional being coming through. What if we're 3-dimensional and don't understand the 4th dimensional being coming through?
Got it.
So
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
that's why I went through that whole thing, is to kind of get that out. What thoughts on that?
I think it's a strong possibility.
I would love to see what the 4th dimension looks like. That'd be kind of cool.
Have you seen Interstellar?
I have.
Tesseract at the end of that one.
That's what he was floating through the... Wasn't that where he was floating through, like, time, basically? He was able to go back and push the strings?
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool possibility. And then at the end, it starts folding in on itself and, like, shrinking down. That's pretty cool. I gotta watch that.
Gotta watch it again, yeah.
It's like... it's my number 1 favorite movie. I've seen it probably, like, 28 times.
Holy shit. I mean, wow. But in case of Stardust Ranch, I'll go back real quick.
Yeah.
The 4th dimension, the alien entity that was talking to John Edmonds was saying that they live in a dimension that we can't see or feel. So ghosts live in there. Aliens live in there. The actual extra dimensional beings, not extraterrestrial beings. Stuff like that. They can create portals to our 3 dimensions so we can see them in the 3rd dimension. Just interesting stuff like that.
I know you don't play video games that much, but you know, like, how you can glitch a game out and, like, get under the map or behind the map.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and I would love to learn more. Unfortunately, it's all theoretical, so we're not really...
Maybe we could, if we do an investigation again soon, when we do an investigation again soon, maybe we'll ask about 4th dimensional questions.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But maybe that spirit doesn't know about the 4th dimension because it hasn't moved on yet into that 4th plane. It's stuck in our reality.
We'll just have to keep asking everyone.
Just every single one. Who the fuck? Stop asking that question.
We got a note card here. Question number 1. Are you or are you not living?
All right. What are some distinguishing traits of a poltergeist? Poltergeist activity can vary greatly from case to case. They are both, or they can be both weak and they can be strong. Weak activity might include things like pulling sheets off of sheeping people.
My favorite pastime.
I love sheeping people. Sheep. Weak activity might include things like pulling sheets off of sleeping people. Heavy footsteps or noises such as tapping or knocking. I've heard, minus the sheep pulling and the sheep pulling. I've heard of footsteps. We did on the investigation, but also when I used to live in the basement of my brother's apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Or not apartment, I'm sorry, house. While they were away in Germany, it would sound like someone's walking down the hall into a bedroom, and I would go up there like, who the fuck is in the house?
Really?
Nobody was there. Constantly. All the time.
I didn't know that.
Knocking and tapping.
Yeah.
You hear that all the time. Strong activity might include things like pushing people, pictures being ripped off the wall, doors actually slamming, physical harm, and the general ability to interact with physical environment. Homes haunted by poltergeists have a tendency to have things go missing. When these things show back up, they often appear in a place where they couldn't have been placed. You know, like in a tree.
Yeah. Post hole digger.
There it is. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I almost said bolt cutters, but it's post hole digger.
Fucking crank.
Earthquake. It must be a poltergeist.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's not a bolt. Yep.
They feed directly off of our emotional state, and they can travel. They are known to follow a person they are attracted to. In the case, I know my sister's listening to this, and your aunt.
I don't want to, yeah.
Something followed her and my niece from place to place, I think. Yeah. So, anyways, please proceed.
You know how they travel?
How?
Spirit Airlines.
Ha! Funny. Good job. Jackass.
Woo!
So, anyway, trying to recover from that. Yeah, it followed her from place to place. And then, well, how do we get rid of it then? So how would one go about getting rid of a poltergeist that decided you were perfect target for its wrath? Well, let's look at some of the options for you to handle this pesky spirit.
I'm excited.
This is a rare occurrence, but sometimes poltergeists will stop their activity if you ask them politely. Or, as I have experienced firsthand, you can sternly and confidently tell them, "You are not welcome here. Leave immediately." Mm-hmm. Can't tell you if it's a good idea or not, but if you hear a loud boom and the house shakes, I'd say it did the trick.
Yeah.
From experience.
Yeah, fuck that.
That was to tie in with my sister's friendly poltergeist
friendly
activity. Well, it didn't harm anybody. It just liked to play with the kids' toys and scare my niece. So I guess it did. The man in the corner is here.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. He's outside the window, and they're on the second. Yeah. And then my sister and them sleeping in the same bed because she was just tired and waking up to a loud boo.
Yeah.
And then they moved to a house. All of them did. And there was someone playing with the toys. Mm-hmm. And then I said one day, just decided I was going to tell it to, "You're not welcome here. Leave immediately." Sat down, and then the boom with the loud...
There's a cannon that went off.
It was like it was in the house, though.
Yeah.
The windows rattled.
Yeah.
And my sister says none of the neighbors heard this at all at the time.
It's crazy.
Anyways, I thought it was fascinating. But I'm not saying that it's a good idea. You might actually be pissing something off. But in my case...
issues since then,
exactly.
Right?
In my case, or in her case, it worked. That's all I'm saying. You can have...
It's just proof there.
Well, it's one... experience.
Yeah.
So you can have an exorcism or cleansing with sage done on the house or the individual. Mm-hmm. This will surely cease all poltergeist activity. But not always. So what do you do if the exorcism doesn't work? You try to ignore it or move, I guess, and hope that that they suddenly stop acting out or fade over time. Generally, the best advice I can give if the exorcism fails is to get the fuck away from there. Move and hope this bastard doesn't follow you.
Then find the bones, salt them, and then burn them.
Absolutely, yes. That's fucking supernatural. I was actually surprised about how little I could find on how to get rid of a poltergeist outside of the exorcism and asking it politely to leave. I was like, "There's
pretty much your only options, apparently."
Jesus,
you're fucked. You just gotta leave.
So I wonder if it wasn't a poltergeist that left that day. Maybe it was just a spirit. And I don't know, because
it wasn't happy. I mean, it sounds like you checked the box.
I checked that motherfucker out real well. Hey, get the fuck out of here!
Get!
I said, "Oh shit, he's mad. I gotta go." Boom! Out the portal into the fourth dimension. This is so much better. I'm happy and free. Now let's talk about a few cases that poltergeists are found in.
Okay.
We've covered a few. So let's start with the Amityville Horror House, which I meant to say Amityville House, which we covered in episodes 3, 4, and 5. The Amityville House is located in Amityville, New York. In 1974, Ronald DeFeo Jr. killed 6 of his family members in that house, and a year later, The Lutz family moved in and began experiencing unexplained hauntings that caused them to move out 28 days after moving in.
Yeah.
How about the Bell Witch of Tennessee, which we covered in episode 26?
She got me!
Fucking, that was... I can't remember what I said also with the... I gotta find that clip and do it again.
I wish we could re-listen to those episodes.
Oh, wait, we can.
We sure can. So can you.
From 1817 to 1821, Farmer John Bell, his family, and the local area came under attack by a mostly invisible entity that was able to speak, affect the physical environment, and shapeshift. Some accounts record the spirit also to have been clairvoyant and capable of crossing long distances with superhuman speed, and affecting that soldiers, if you remember.
Yeah, you just see this female ghost witch doing the Captain America sprint across it's at the incredible speed that he can run. Shield and all.
I can visualize that. That's nice.
You're
That's
welcome.
How about this one? Jeff the Talking Mongoose, which we covered in episode 50.
Old Nandor Fodor's friend himself.
That's right. Jeff was an alleged talking mongoose that lived in a farmhouse owned by the Irving family at Cashin's I tried to do that in one breath. I need to breathe. In Cashin's Gap near the Isle of Man. The Irvings claimed that Jeff could speak, affect the physical environment, and shapeshift as well. They gained notoriety and were even visited by the likes of paranormal investigators, Harry Price, and Lennon's favorite,
Nandor Fodor.
There is actually
classic.
a movie we never actually went to see.
We didn't go see it.
Of Nandor Fodor.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah. I wonder how good that was. It's got to be like on
was
Amazon
pretty good.
Prime soon.
Sometime.
So those are the 3 episodes we covered. I have 2 more cases, but I want to say, show our growth. Listen to 3, 4, 5, the Amityville House.
Yep.
Listen to episode 26, the Bell Witch of Tennessee, which there's some, I love that one too.
She got me.
She got me. Then go to episode 50, Jeff the Talking Mongoose, and see our progression as a podcast.
Fuck yeah.
It's fun.
Feel free to listen to everything in between.
Yeah. But first,
check out those 4
That's
first.
your assignment. Go to those other
Those
3.
three.
Yeah. I was like, it was
This is the
fourth one.
4th one. This is the 4th dimension.
Oh, gosh. Then you have the Thornton Heath Poltergeist. In the 1970s, a family in Thornton Heath, England, was tormented by poltergeist phenomena that lasted nearly 4 years. The event included a blaring bedside radio that had somehow turned itself on. I've experienced that with a phone.
Mm-hmm.
A lampshade repeatedly knocked to the floor by unaided hands, and footsteps in the bedroom when there was no one there. I'm pretty sure there's more involved in that, but we have not researched, so I couldn't do an adequate...
It's coming up in the future, folks.
Yeah, I haven't been able to... We haven't researched. Was not able to do an adequate summary of that.
Oh, good.
That's what I was trying to say. And the next one we have not done, but we'll need to do in the future as well. I got like a cramp. The Enfield Poltergeist.
Yes.
This case occurred in the 1970s in England as well, and involved 2 young girls who claimed that their house was haunted by a poltergeist that could move objects and even speak through them.
Yeah.
That's the summary.
Beautiful.
Best I could do without really knowledge of the actual event.
Well, someday here.
So
And then we'll have another progression.
Oh, yeah, we're just progressing all the way
Yeah.
to episode 69.
Hey,
So-
100. 169.
It's almost there. Not at all, actually. Almost at 100.
What's there?
Now, there are many more cases of hauntings and poltergeist activity, but this gives you a nice guide to determine whether you're being attacked by a malevolent poltergeist or just seeing Casper the Friendly Ghost. But on that bombshell, Lennon, do you have anything to add before I go there? At all this whole episode?
I already edited all my stuff. I interjected.
You interjected as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, on that bombshell, Lennon, hit him with that outro.
Well, ladies, gentlemen, Squatches, and Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I almost fell
I
backwards.
saw that. Once again, thank you so much for listening to the Don't Touch My Sasquatch podcast. If you like what you're hearing and would like to support us, Check out our Patreon, where we have a backlog of bonus content for you to enjoy, as well as multiple other perks. Many good stuff. Lots of good stuff.
All the above.
A quick compilation of Josh almost falling out of a chair. Head over to our Patreon. Nope.
Yes, do.
Well, yes, do that. Head over to our website for our dope merch selection and combo it with Patreon to get a discount on your purchase. You can reach us on Facebook and Instagram, as well as through our email, dtscast@gmail.com. Check out our YouTube to see the glorious work Josh puts out.
Jesus Christ, I thought you were saying glory hole. I was like, I don't have one of those.
With the video edition of each episode, and be sure to like the video and subscribe while you're there. Links to all are in the show notes below.
Yeah.
And right now, while you're listening, drop us a 5-star rating. This helps us to grow and you to receive more awesome content. For Josh, stay warm in the Bills game.
Oh,
Hopefully they win for you.
it's more so stay dry.
Oh, for me,
Because I'm wet.
oh,
I did that the wrong time. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. But for now, remember to stay curious, be vigilant, and don't touch my Sasquatch.
Don't do it. He's hanging out with Casper the Friendly Ghost today.
Fuck yeah, traveling spirit.
There's no Christina Ricci.
I thought it was Hillary Duff.
I'm going to read the deal, or the intro, and you tell me.
All right. Sounds great.
How about it do?
How's about a do?
All right. The eyes are waking up. Brain is waking up. The sinuses are waking up. That's not going to be good.
No, for neither of us. All right, you ready?
Yeah. Do you know where the target is?
Yeah.
Then you know where I live. It has everything I need right there.
Okay. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Hey, what a wonderful time of day. Because you can learn to laugh and play. And get along with each other. You know what that is?
No.
That'd be Arthur the Aardvark.
I should know that.
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
It's Dragon
It's
Tales.
almost time for Dragon Tales.
This is almost as good as coming back to 15
That
articles.
was so good. I fucking loved it. Fucking incredible. That foot massage is 10 out of 10. Anyway.
Shiatsu?
Yes.
Oh,
He did.
great. And then you crack your toes at the end of it. It's fucking beautiful, dude.
I haven't done that yet.
You haven't?
It just came yesterday, so you're saying
Oh.
crack your toes after?
Oh, I do. I just crack all of them.
Sweet. I'm
Feels
excited.
so amazing.
I'm very excited again.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember where you left off?
Yeah. Or maybe it's the possibility of seeing. Hopefully, I can make that work.
Maybe start a couple
I'm gonna
words
start
back
a
and
little
then. I'm gonna go back to blow my nose. Camera's back on you.
Psychopathic bullshit.
Puppy
just
power.
in time.
Let us imagine that. Oh, okay, that gets cut.
Oh yeah,
Oh, fuck me.
that
the
one
asshole.
doesn't.
I gotta have one. Oh man, can you get the audio?
Sure.
Snarf. Rock came in, poked me last night. I think to myself,
Hey.
what a wonderful squirrel. But
Quick, do something distracting.
look over there.
What the difference is?
Oh.
Disgusting. Honestly, just the nastiest thing I've ever heard.
All right, that was very confusing.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna cut it. It's beautiful.